Hello, this is Thomas representing investmentexcel.com. Welcome to a very interesting session on how to price a callable bond or callable mortgage bond. As we will see, this involves a interest rate model, a stochastic interest rate model, because we need an evolution of many paths of the interest rate, as the callability the borrower gets is dependent on rates. We will look at the BDT model, the Black-Derman-Toy model, and we will look at a specific prepayment function defined simply by an American call option. I recommend that you go to another session first if you haven't been there, just to check the BDT model in more details, and also how to calibrate the interest rate structure. This video and the Excel workbook and all its VBA coding are available on investmentexcel.com and spotafile.com. Okay, I will now briefly introduce the two main building blocks of any pricing of callable mortgage bonds. Let's go up here. First, we need some sort of interest rate model for the future, and as I said, we will use the Black-Derman-Toy model, which is very popular, not only in theory but perhaps most in practice. And then we need on top of that a prepayment model that governs in a quantifiable way the behavior of a borrower in terms of his tendency to prepay in full or in part the outstanding amount of his loan. The BDT model was originally formulated in a continuous setting, and here represented with a little bit nasty stochastic differential equation. It's a log normal representation of the future short interest rates, making ultimately short rates not able to go into negative territory. As we see here, there is a drift which is dependent on time, and there is a volatility dependent on time. This makes this particular model different from the other another class of models governing interest rates called the equilibrium class. They are not time dependent. So with this model we can calibrate the entire set of stochastic interest rates to the zero coupon bond prices observed today, and also the volatility structure. We could have simulated from the continuous representation with the distribution, but it's a very nasty distribution, so we will stick to the discrete counterpart, which is represented by this functionality. We still have the time dependent drift and the time dependent sigma. For the model here, we will assume a constant volatility of 15%. So sigma is 15% across time. At every time, the evolution of rates are still governed by the volatility, because it's scaled with the level of the state. So we start just by more or less arbitrarily building the evolution of short rates, and we do it in a binomial setting, which is done in the BDT, 50% chance of up and down all the way out to year 9. So we have covered a time span of 10 years. So in principle, all zero coupon bonds from 1 to 10 year can be priced on these short interest rates by discounting backwards all the way. But the idea now is to make these rates, or calibrate these rates to a level such that pricing any of these observed discount bonds on this ladder yields the exact result of the price observed today. And the way we do it most efficiently, but perhaps not the most intuitive way of doing it, is by a method called forward induction. And I will spare you for the details, but the idea is to build another tree with state prices that are priced according to the rates, and when we sum them column-wise, we will get the present value of, in this case, the 1-year bond, and here the 2-year, 3-year, 5-year, and so on. So what we need to do in order to calibrate and fit as good as possible is to, by trial and error, make the difference here as small as possible on each of them. And this can be done exactly by changing the drift parameter, and this is why it's dependent on t. And up here I have the drift marked by the green color. I take the difference on each maturity and square them in order to avoid any netting, and sum it. So the idea now is to minimize the sum of squared residuals by changing the drift, the time-dependent drift. We see right now it's 0.10. Let's see if we can do that a little bit better by calibrating the state prices. So, looks good. This is as low as it can get. So I have matched the pricing of the bonds to the current term structure of bonds. So this set of stochastic interest rates in the future, they are calibrated in such a way that pricing today on this ladder will give the exact price today. And just to show that I am not telling the truth or the model doesn't work, I will just try to price on the ladder a 10-year zero coupon bond with a principal of 1. So once we have the tree of rates, I go down to another scheme where the cash flow structure of, in this case, the zero coupon bond is presented, and we know at maturity it's 1 in every state. I expect 1 in every state, and there is 0 in all other states at all other times. So what I just need to do now is to discount the starting values. So we discount from backwards, and up here we do it the normal way by discounting the expected value of the previous values so the up and down statement, and this is priced under the martingale measure Q, so it's a 50% chance of up and down. And I do that all the way, and I get 0.659. I have it also here. And how can I demonstrate that this is actually equivalent to the price of a 10-year zero today? I can, for instance, calculate the implied yearly rate and see if that is 4.25. So do this like this. I get this, and I just lift it, and 110. That's one. Oh, sorry. That was a fall in my. Try again. So I think this should be better. Let's see if there is hidden 2.5. There is. So I have demonstrated now that we have fitted exactly the current and observed term structure of zero coupon rates. But we can price any other asset on this stochastic representation of the yields. We could price a coupon bond, a simple non-callable and bullet bond, 6% coupon every year, and 100 in payment at maturity. So we have the same situation, the cash flow, and it's priced all the way. But if we now assume that the market price, the observed market price, is 102 and not 116, we should get a risk premium, because right now the non-callable bond here is priced on a risk-free coupon rate curve, so the government curve basically. So let's just try to price it, and we see that there is a spread of 1.72, which is also the set spread in this case. So the investor, in order to buy this product at 102, he requires 1.72 in risk premium. So a constant risk premium over all rates. Now let's look at the call option. The call option right now is discounted by the OAS. Let's go down to the cash flow, and we see it's the exact bond as a non-callable bond. It just has the exclusive feature of being of the callability of the American option, and this option is exercised in all states where the value is 106, because I know that it's exercised when the PV is higher than 100, and it will be exercised at 100, and then you have to add the coupon rate, so 106 plus 100 plus 106. So right now we have the changed cash flow due to the short of the American call option. The investor shorts or sells to the borrower a call option. And we can see now that the price is 101 in the setting, but the market price is only 99, so there must be another premium, and this premium is exactly the option premium. So let's just find it, and again we add on top of the OAS a premium. which is 63. So this is how you do it. So first, build an interest rate tree, price a non-callable bond with the same features as a callable bond, except for the callability, and then price on top of the OAS the callable bond. So here we see 63 and option premium. So with this, I will say thank you very much.